Hi, hello, and welcome, and this is my very first video on this channel, and this will be a quick start guide on how to play Riftbound, a brand new TCG from the League of Legends universe with people at Riot. And this is not supposed to be an in-depth step-by-step video. This is more or less just teaching you how to play the game, the basics of it. I will be doing a video later this week that will be on Tabletop Simulator that will show off how to play a game in like a mock battle against myself. I'll show you the ins and outs of combat, of like spell reaction times. So if you want that knowledge, just wait for my other video to go up, because this will just be a quick start guide, like saying, hey, this is how you summon things, this is how you play the game, this is how you win. So first off, Riftbound is a game about capturing battlefields, and these battlefields right here give you points, and you have to have 8 points to win the game. And each deck will have 3 battlefields. As you can see, I have 3 battlefields, and they all do something different. Like this one says, when you hold here, play a 1 might recruit unit token to your base. Or if you have the Jinx player over here, it says, when you conquer here, discard 1, then draw 1. And you won't know those terms just yet, but just know that these are where you're supposed to basically put your units at. In this game, you don't attack your opponent, you get points by capturing these battlefields. So think of it more like Marvel Snap or like Altered, if anyone played that TCG. I know I dabbled in it for like a couple months, but this is the goal right here. This right here is the goal. There's different colors, just like in Magic, but that is the overall goal. So right here you have your legend. Let me zoom in again. This is your legend. This is your commander. Like if you've played MTG Commander before, this is your star of your deck. This tells you what colors have to be in your deck. I won't tell you what their names are if you don't want me to. But this is blue and yellow. That means everything in your deck has to be blue and yellow, just like in my rune. You see how it's blue and yellow. So you can only have blue and yellow cards in this deck because it is a victor deck. And then every legend has an ability. As you can see, it says exhaust 1 rune, exhaust this card, play a 1 might recruit unit token. And then beside your legend right here, and this is the proper battlefield technically. Mind you, the mat is not fitting, but the legend goes right here, the chosen legend goes right here, and this is more like the MTG commander, because you can play this card during any of your turns as long as you have the resources to pay the mana cost, or the rune cost in this game. And once this card dies, it will go to the graveyard, just like any other card in this game. It's not like Magic where you go back to the commander spot. But your chosen legend will just be over here all game, and then if you want to play it, you'll tap your runes, you'll exhaust your runes, and you'll play them on your field. And also, the legend, your chosen legend, has to be the exact same legend as your legend, or it has to be the exact same character as your legend, and you can see they're both victor. Over here on the left, you have a rune deck. Rune decks are 12 cards, and you can do any sort of colors. You can have all of one color if you want to. So if you want to do like a mono green, mono blue, mono yellow, you can do that. But as you can see, I have 8 yellows, or as is this game called, 8 order runes, and then 4 mine runes for this deck. And they go right here to the left. And then your main deck is 40 cards. Okay, so right now it's 39 cards because, that chosen legend or chosen champion we were talking about. This is your 40th card. So it goes right here. And then the rest of this is your main deck. So it's 40 cards and 3 copies of 1 card only. So it's very similar to Yu-Gi-Oh! And those rules. And before you start any game, you of course shuffle just like any any card game, and you also want to shuffle your runes. Now, mind you, if you're playing a monocolor deck, you don't really have to do this because you're gonna draw the same amount anyway. So, but just for good practice, always shuffle your runes. And then, like I said, you have your 39 card deck right here, your graveyard under it, your legend and chosen legend or chosen champion, and then you have your 2 battlefields in between y'all. At the very start of the game, I usually roll dice, heads or tails, whoever you want. And then to start your turn, you'll draw 4 cards. You'll look at the cards and say, to yourself, do you like these cards? You want this hand? Because in this game, you can actually mull 2 cards in the hand. For instance, I'll show you how that works with Stupefy. So what you do is, you want to turn it face down. You'll tell your opponent, like, hey, I'm milling 1 or mulling 1. You'll put it under it. This is called recycling in this game, where you put it under it. And then you draw the same amount of cards at the top, so a max of 2. So in that case, I only did 1, so I would draw 1. In this game, there's no shuffling during your main turn. There's no cards that will say shuffle. You don't shuffle anything. You'll just recycle all the game. So that way it cuts down on time. It makes the game a little bit easier for newer players or just people who are not just good at shuffling. Because I've been to competitive Yu-Gi-Oh events where, like, you know, these players know what they're doing in the card game, but they're just not good at shuffling, so it drains their time. And usually in a best of 3, you only have 60 minutes. And of course, in your own home, you won't do that, but it just cuts down on having to shuffle all the time, which I actually do like in this game. You know, I do know how to shuffle very well. Okay, so let's say I won the coin toss. Let's say I won the roll, the dice roll or whatever. At the start of your turn, you would get 2 runes off the top. And mind you, I do want to say that if you're going second, instead of getting 2 runes, you get 3, but only for that first turn, just to make it a little bit even, because the first player will most likely put down a unit if they have the chance to, or, you know, they'll just ramp mana a little bit quicker. And so, in respect for that, the person going second will get 1 more rune, and then after that turn, after the first turn, they'll get 2 just like you do. Okay, so you put 2 runes down from your rune deck. You'll draw a card for turn. And this is your starting hand. And mind you, we have nothing we can play here, but I'm going to go ahead and give myself an extra rune just to show you guys how to do things. And so real quick, let's zoom in. So you see on this card, this is a unit. You can tell that by this little part right here. It says this is where this unit is from. It's from Piltover. You see on the top right-hand corner, this is its might. Might is like, if you played Magic, this is its toughness and its strength combined into 1 number, making this game even easier to remember things. So might is just 2, so that means it takes 2 damage and it deals 2 damage. There's no other way around it, unless like you also want to play a spell that makes this weaker in some way. And over here is the mana cost, or the rune cost. This is how much you'll have to pay to summon this unit out to the field. And then down here is this name right here. And then this is some flavor text, and then this is the ability. Not all cards have abilities, but this one clearly does. And so, for instance, if I want to summon this card this turn, I would tap 2 orders. And mind you, this number up here can be any color. It does not have to be a certain color. Just because this card yellow does not mean this has to be 3 yellow. It can be any color you want to. So I'll tap 3 mana and place it down. This is the base right here. This is your rune slot. This is your base. These are the battlefields. And so, as you can tell, it comes in exhausted. And exhausted just means it has, it's tapped out, basically, if you played Magic. Every creature in this game, unless it says otherwise, comes in the battlefield exhausted, even token units. Which just means you just can't attack for a whole turn. However, I do want to say real quick, if you have a creature on a battlefield already, you can actually play, if you summon another creature, you can actually apply it directly to there. And I will be linking in the description a quick start guide and some other helpful tools. So if you want to look more closely yourself, please go in the description and just look for yourself. It's a really good quick start guide. I actually printed it off myself to help my mom and a couple of my friends learn how to play the game. So it's a good resource to have. And I'll put in the link in the description. It's just like a PDF file that you can download and look at. Just your normal. But so I played this card. My runes are tapped out. I can't use my Victor's ability, and so I would pass the turn. For the sake of a quick video, let's just say the Jinx player summons Jinx. They do everything. Jinx is a is a good card. That's like their chosen champion for a reason. So let's say it goes back to us. So you'd untap everything. So I would untap, untap. You would get your 2 runes to start out, which is called the channeling, and then you draw for turn. And so let's just look at our hand. We have 5 runes on the board right now. And real quick, I'll go ahead and do this. This is actually a pretty good hand for this. So this is another unit, as you can see. I'll have to zoom in real quick. This is another unit. She's from Demacia. It's a elite soldier. His name is Vanguard Captain. It's a 3 might unit. It costs 3 runes, and then you see this little logo right here, the little yellow logo. This is called power, and so what this means is it requires 1 power to play this card on top of 3, tapping 3 or exhausting 3 runes. In power, all it means is that you'll recycle 1 of your runes to the bottom of your rune deck, and so it's like this. So if I want to summon the Vanguard Captain, I would exhaust 3, put her down the field, and then, of course, recycle 1 of my yellows, just 1, And that's how you do it. And you can recycle the same runes that you tap, mind you. So you don't have to use a non-tapped rune. That means the moment you exhaust runes, you can use it as a power cost. So that's now on the field. That's what it does. That's how you summon that. As you can see on Victor, let's just go back here. Just help you out a little bit. Let's say we still have all of our power. So in this turn, let's say we want to summon Victor, right? Our chosen champion. All you need to do is tap 4. So you would just tap all 4. You pay the 1 power cost. You recycle 1 of yellow. And now you can summon Victor. It comes to a battlefield tap just like all cards, and there you go. Now, in order to win this game, you want to capture these battlefields. This is your whole goal in life. This is the fun part about any TCG is winning the game, right? So what you would do is, since I have this card, mind you, I did not follow the ability on this card. I'm just showing you for practical reasons what these cards do. So I don't say in the comments like, "Oh, you play this card. Oh, I play this ability." I know that. I'm just trying not to overwhelm new players. If you want to go more in detail, like I said, my step-by-step video later this week will be coming out. Just watch that if you want more in depth on battling and things like that. So. First, this unit is clearly ready. It's not exhausted, so that means I can move to a battlefield. And when you move to a battlefield, they become exhausted. That way, you can't like move around battlefield. So they become exhausted. Next turn, they'll become not exhausted, and then you can move back down here if you wish. But so I took this battlefield, which that means it gives me 1 point. As winning a battlefield, conquering a battlefield gives you 1 point. And usually I'll just put my my dice on my legend. And sometimes I don't, depends on where I'm at. But for right now, I'll just put on there so it can be in frame. So I have 1 point. So now I'm going to end my turn because I can't do anything else. Let's say the Jinx player does whatever they need to do. Jinx gets untapped. And there's 2 interactions here. The Jinx player can either go ahead and get this battlefield and get a point from this battlefield, or they can go in for the attack. And mind you, Jinx, as you can tell, is a 4 might. However, she has the ability Assault 2, which means that she gets +2 might while attacking. And attacking just means that you're going to a battlefield that's already preoccupied and you're fighting the other person, the other player, to win the battlefield. And so in this situation, my card would die, right? My faithful manufacturer would die, and so if my character dies and goes to the graveyard, the Jinx player would get the point. Well, let's just say for this tutorial, they captured this one, so they got a point. Okay, so we both have 1 point now. So let's just say it goes back to my turn. We want to tap everything. We're gonna untap everything. We're gonna draw a card. And then after we draw a card, we'll give ourselves a point for holding. And holding, what it means is, this is the other way to get a point in this game. Holding means a whole turn has gone around, and your card is still on a battlefield. So for instance, if I ended my turn right now, the Jinx player would get another point because this Jinx has held onto the battlefield. So very simple. That's how you get all points. And however, the only difference is for your last point. So on the 8th point, where is it? Let's say I'm tapped out, or like let's say I have eight points, or okay, let's say I have 8 points. And so for the 8th point, you can't just conquer it. So I can't just do this. I can't just be like, oh, I conquered this, I win the game. If you cannot win, you can't win the last point by conquering. You either have to hold, or you have to conquer both of these battlefields on the exact same turn to get the last point. And so in this situation, I would have to kill Jinx somehow, or kill Jinx in any manner, and then take this battlefield for myself for the last point. Now, mind you, that is a very basic tutorial. You do have spells, like in my hand. You do have spells like this. I don't want to go over spells because, just like monsters, they have a mana cost, they have a power cost, and you can now do that in your own match. But I want to go into depth with actions, reactions. There are just like 3 different spell speeds in this game, and for my step-by-step, that's what I'm going to be doing with it. So I do hope you enjoy this little quick start guide. This game is still new, mind you. This game is not coming out to the West until October. It'll be in China in about a month. And right now, cards are still getting released. And these are proxies, mind you. These are not like the actual cards from the game. These are proxies I printed out and cut out. You could tell by my horrible cutting job. But basically, this game is really fun. I made this channel to not only promote it, but just to have fun myself, go to locals, record local gameplay, record gameplay against my friends, do news, help you guys out, just enjoy the game and community, because right now, as a person who's played card games for a very long time, this is a very fun card game. I recommend it to anyone who wants to try out a new card game, or maybe they're just looking for a new hit or something, right? Like a new fun game. I definitely recommend it to everyone. Please, if you haven't tried it, go try it. There's a TTS mod made by a content creator for Riftbound. His name is Willow. He has made a wonderful mod on TTS, which is called Tabletop Simulator. I'll be doing the step-by-step guide on TTS later this week. And I hope you stay around for that. Like I said, if you have any questions, please leave them down in the comments. I'll answer them. Other than that, like the video, subscribe, and I will bring you a lot more Riftbound content, and I will do tons of variety of content such as opening product, deck profiles, news updates, community questions, just anything like that. So I hope you enjoyed your time here. I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you at least learned how to play the game. And if not, like I said, join the step by step. It's going to be a lot more in depth. But thank you so much and have a wonderful day.